Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most common dental issues, dental caries, also known as tooth decay. Did you know that over 90% of adults have had at least one cavity in their lifetime? It's true. We see it all the time in the clinic, and it's one of those things that can really sneak up on you. But what exactly causes cavities? And why are some types worse than others? Let's break it down. Alright, so let's start with the basics. What exactly are dental caries? You can think of dental caries or cavities as tiny little holes in your teeth. But these holes aren't caused by some mysterious force. They're actually the result of decay. Think about it like this. Your mouth is like a bustling city, and just like any city, it has its residents. In your mouth, those residents are bacteria. Now, these bacteria aren't all bad. In fact, many of them are essential for a healthy mouth, but there are some mischievous bacteria that love to feast on the sugars from the food and drinks you consume. And just like us, when these bacteria eat, they produce waste. Unfortunately for your teeth, their waste is acidic. This acid is the real troublemaker. It gradually eats away at your tooth enamel, which is that hard, protective outer layer of your teeth. Over time, this acid weakens the enamel, making it more susceptible to decay. Now let's talk about what these bacteria love to eat: sugar. Foods high in sugar, especially those sticky or sour treats that tend to linger in your mouth, are like a feast for these bacteria. Think about candy, cookies, sodas, all those delicious but sugary things we enjoy. When these sugary substances stick to your teeth, they give the bacteria more time to munch away and produce even more acid. And as this acid continues to work its magic, it gradually breaks down the enamel, eventually creating those tiny holes we call cavities. When it comes to cavities, it's important to know that not all cavities are the same. Just like there are different types of cars or houses, there are different types of dental caries, each with its own personality, you could say. So let's take a look at the main types of dental caries. First up, we have pit and fissure caries. These are the cavities that typically develop on the chewing surfaces of your back teeth, those molars and premolars that do the heavy work of grinding your food. These teeth have grooves and fissures, those little valleys and pits on the biting surface where food particles can easily become trapped. And you guessed it, those trapped food particles are like a buffet for those acid-producing bacteria. Next, we have smooth surface caries. These cavities, as their name suggests, form on the smooth surfaces of your teeth. You know, those shiny flat areas that you diligently brush, or at least you should be diligently brushing. Smooth surface caries are often the result of, well, let's just say, less than ideal brushing habits. When you don't brush regularly and thoroughly, plaque, that sticky film of bacteria, builds up on your teeth, increasing your risk of these cavities. And then we have root caries. Now, root caries are a bit sneakier. They tend to develop when your gums recede, which means they pull back and expose the root surface of your tooth. The root surface is much softer than the enamel, making it more vulnerable to decay. So, if you have receding gums, it's crucial to be extra vigilant about your oral hygiene. But there's one type of cavity that's particularly tricky and often causes the most trouble: interproximal caries. These are the cavities that form between your teeth, those tight spaces where your toothbrush and even your floss might struggle to reach. And because they're hidden away in those interdental nooks and crannies, they often go unnoticed until they've already caused significant damage. Now let's dive deeper into these interproximal caries, because they're the ones that often cause the most trouble and require the most attention. Remember how we talked about those tight spaces between your teeth? Well, those spaces are a haven for bacteria. They provide the perfect environment for bacteria to thrive and multiply, feasting on any food particles that get stuck there. And here's the thing, interproximal caries are often referred to as silent cavities because they can be incredibly difficult to detect in their early stages. You might not feel any pain or discomfort, and they might not even be visible to the naked eye. Unlike cavities on the outer surfaces of your teeth, which you might be able to spot as a dark spot or feel with your tongue, interproximal caries lurk in the shadows, quietly wreaking havoc. Another reason why interproximal caries are such a concern is their ability to spread quickly. The enamel between your teeth is naturally thinner and less mineralized than the enamel on the other surfaces of your teeth. This means it's more susceptible to acid attacks from those sugar-loving bacteria. So once decay sets in between your teeth, it can progress rapidly, potentially reaching the inner layers of your tooth before you even realize there's a problem. And if that's not enough, treating interproximal caries can be more challenging than treating cavities on other tooth surfaces. Because they're hidden, dentists often need to use x-rays to get a clear picture of the extent of the decay. And when it comes to filling interproximal cavities, it can be a bit more intricate. Dentists need to ensure that the filling material is properly placed and contoured to restore the natural shape of your tooth and prevent food from getting trapped again. In some cases, treating interproximal caries might require more extensive work, such as placing a crown, especially if the decay is significant or if the tooth has been weakened. Okay, I know we've covered a lot about cavities, and it might seem a bit overwhelming, but here's the good news. Dental caries are largely preventable. You have the power to protect your pearly whites and keep those pesky cavities at bay. So, let's talk about how you can win the battle against dental caries. First and foremost, brushing your teeth twice a day is non-negotiable. And I'm not talking about a quick, half-hearted brush. I'm talking about a thorough 2-minute brushing session, morning and night. Make sure you're using a soft-bristled toothbrush and fluoride toothpaste. Fluoride is like a superhero for your teeth. It helps strengthen the enamel, making it more resistant to acid attacks. But brushing alone isn't enough. You need to floss daily. I know, flossing can be a bit tedious, but trust me, it's worth it. Flossing helps remove plaque and food particles from those tight spaces between your teeth where your toothbrush can't reach. Think of it as giving your teeth a thorough cleaning, reaching those hidden nooks and crannies where cavities love to develop. Now let's talk about diet. Remember those sugar-loving bacteria we talked about? Well, you can starve them by limiting your intake of sugary foods and drinks. I'm not saying you have to give up sweets entirely, but moderation is key. Try to cut back on sugary snacks, sodas, and juices. And when you do indulge, make sure to brush your teeth afterward to remove any sugary residue. And last but not least, don't forget about your regular dental checkups. Visiting your dentist every 6 months for a checkup and cleaning is crucial for maintaining good oral health. Your dentist can detect cavities in their early stages, even those sneaky interproximal ones, and provide timely treatment to prevent further damage. They can also remove any plaque or tartar buildup that you might have missed with your brushing and flossing. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. By following these simple steps, you can significantly reduce your risk of developing dental caries and keep your smile healthy and bright for years to come. So there you have it, everything you need to know about dental caries. Why interproximal caries are the worst and how to protect your teeth. Remember, prevention is key. Brush floss, limit sugar, and see your dentist regularly. Your teeth will thank you for it. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more dental health tips. See you next time.